These 5 mistakes look completely harmless until your Azure bill shows up, or you get an outage that could have been avoided. I'm going to walk you through 5 things that beginner to intermediate Azure engineers get wrong, and the exact fix for each one. This is part 1 of 2. Today is the setup mistakes, the ones that don't blow up immediately, but will cause you pain later if you don't fix them early. Let's go through them one by one. Mistake number 1, no resource tags. When your Azure environment is small, this feels fine. You know what every resource is. You set it up yourself, but give it 6 months. Add more projects, more teams, more environments. Now you have a resource group called RG-001 in East US on pay-as-you-go, and nobody can tell you what it does or whether it's still needed. You cannot identify which resources belong to which project or team. You cannot split your Azure bill accurately across clients. You cannot optimize what you cannot see. The fix is a consistent tagging strategy from day 1. Minimum 4 tags: environment, project, owner, cost center. If you are using Terraform, define these as locals and apply them to every resource automatically. Use Azure policy to make them mandatory so nothing gets deployed without them. Cost management literally cannot work properly without tags. Set this up before you deploy anything. You cannot optimize what you cannot identify. Tag everything from day 1. Mistake number 2, too many owner permissions. This one feels like a good idea when you set it up. Everyone can do their job. Nobody is blocked waiting for access. Feels convenient until someone accidentally deletes a resource or makes a permission change that causes an outage. Owner in Azure means full control over everything. Create, delete, modify permissions, all of it. One mistake with owner access can take down your entire environment. Look at the before state. 5 people, all owners. That is 5 potential blast radiuses if any one of those accounts gets compromised. The fix is least privilege. Admins get owner, developers get contributor, DevOps gets contributor, stakeholders and audit get reader. Contributor is almost always enough for day-to-day work. Use Azure RBAC custom roles for edge cases. Review your access assignments quarterly and remove anything that is no longer needed. Service principal should be reader unless they explicitly need more. Contributor is usually enough. Owner should be the exception, not the default. Mistake number 3, no cost alerts. It looks fine. Until the monthly bill arrives, here is what actually happens. A dev leaves a virtual machine running over a long weekend. A service auto scales unexpectedly because someone tweaked a config. A test environment that was spun up for a sprint never gets shut down. With no alerts, you find out when the invoice lands, not when the spending starts. Look at that chart. $200 month 1, $400 month 2, $900 month 3. Nobody got a warning. Nobody noticed until it was already a problem. The fix is simple, and it is completely free. Go to Azure Cost Management. Create a budget for your subscription or resource group. Set alerts at 80% and 100% of your monthly budget. Also enable anomaly alerts. These catch sudden spikes that don't follow your normal spending pattern. And tie this back to your tags. Once tags are in place, you can track cost per team, per project, per environment, and actually have the conversation with your finance team using real data. Set budget alerts before you deploy, not after the first surprise bill arrives. Mistake number 4, no monitoring setup. This one is uncomfortable because it happens more than people admit. Your dashboard shows everything healthy. Server 1, okay. Server 2, okay. Database, okay. Application, okay. But your users are already seeing a 503 error. App is down. Issues get discovered by users, not your team. You find out via a support ticket, not an alert. And the first 30 minutes of a P1 incident are wasted just trying to establish basic visibility because you never set it up before go live. The fix: enable Azure Monitor on all resources. Set up a log analytics workspace from day 1. Build it into your Terraform base module so it is automatic, not something you add later. Create metric alerts for CPU, memory, and error rates. Add application insights for app-level monitoring, request rates, failure rates, response times, all available out of the box. Build diagnostic settings into every Terraform module so monitoring is never an afterthought. Your users should not be your monitoring system. Set up alerts before go live. Mistake number 5, single region everything. It works perfectly until that region has an outage. Azure regions do go down. Not often, but they do. And when they do, if everything is sitting in East US, your entire application goes with it. No failover, no redundancy. Your users see downtime until Azure recovers. That is completely outside your control. Now, I am not saying every workload needs multi-region, dev environments, internal tools, personal projects. Single region is fine. But a customer-facing production app? You need at least a plan. Use Azure paired regions for critical workloads. Use Traffic Manager or Front Door for geo-routing and automatic failover. Be smart about what actually needs multi-region. Stateless apps are much easier to replicate than databases. Prioritize the components where downtime costs you the most. You don't need multi-region for everything, but you do need a plan for when a region goes down. Quick recap on all 5. No resource tags, tag everything from day 1. Too many owner permissions. Contributor is usually enough. No cost alerts, set budget alerts before you deploy. No monitoring, Azure Monitor plus log analytics. Non-optional, single region, have a plan before a region goes down. Part 2 covers the mistakes that cost real money. Subscribe. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. See you in the next one.